Why don't we take a look at motivation? Okay. Some pieces have stories about how they came to be written. I have no story about this. I was a corps bandmaster, and I just had this idea. And as a kid, I watched television shows like Rin Tin Tin with the cavalry and the dog charging and that kind of stuff. And it sort of conjured up that image at one point when you get to "This is why I love my Jesus." It's just very going ahead. And I've always taken my titles very seriously. There was a band recently in Denmark that asked me if I'd write a march for some anniversary they were doing, and I usually don't take on stuff like that, but I said, yeah, I'll do that. But you need to understand I will never name a piece after a corps or a place, because it's more important that I use a title to say what I'm trying to say. And also I found in programs, it often takes longer to explain why the march is titled that than it takes to play the march. There's some really wonderful marches, but you try to explain to a secular audience why it's called Cairo Red Shield. You know, it's a splendid march, but the title just like, yeah, so what's that all about? And so I always take my titles very seriously. Motivation, this is why I love my Jesus. This is why I love him so. That's the whole point of it. So, written quite a little while ago now, but let's see what we've got, okay? Jenkins, where is he? They're right there. It'd be more like the way Don would be playing that if you were playing jazz trombone. So that grace note is not a legit kind of thing. It's it's just a little scoop. That kind of thing. And the same thing for you guys. It's just kind of a little jazz lick. So bear that in mind. The other thing is just to, if you're not the melody, just kind of stay out of the way. Mezzo piano letter A, it's the tune is in the euphonium and the baritone, and I've even given you some stress points. That kind of thing. So bear that in mind. The beginning. these are very close chords, and they have to be balanced. So we have to be. It's like a brick of sound, as opposed to, I don't know, a stiletto pointing at you. It's a brick of sound, and it's not going to make a whole lot of sense when you hear just a couple of notes. Let me give you an example. Could I have the second baritone and the euphonium right at letter B? It sounds like you're playing a wrong note. Play your first note, just hold it. It's like the first two notes of chopsticks on the piano. You know, they're always just a second apart. You may wonder, well, why is he doing that? Well, it's not those two notes, it's where they fit in the whole chord. So if you listen to all the horns and the flugel and the euphonium, now play at letter B. Sometimes you're a whole step apart, sometimes you're a half step apart, but you're really the good stuff in this chord. You're the ones that make it more than just a boring triad, but it's what we call a cluster chord or some kind of thing. So all I'm saying is just believe in those pitches. It's like, wrong, 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 why is he doing this to me, you know, kind of thing. But no, you're actually part of this greater scheme of things when you fit into that. Add to that what the bass line has, that makes the chords even juicier, in my opinion. So a letter B, basses, let's add U to all these guys, and just hold each note as we did before so you can hear what these chords are. First note. So all I'm saying is just believe in those notes. They're not wrong. And when you play them with confidence, they'll sound right. Okay? Let's have everyone write at letter B, please. Letter B. Nice and light. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is a little more syncopated. Bum, 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 bum. And even that, an accent on the wrong part of the beat. Bum, da, dum, ba, da, dum, ba, da, 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 ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba. One thing I did with my staff band often was something like this, is I do, just say your part. Just say it. I find it just saves the lip. You know, you're not figuring out the rhythms and the style. But notice how I'm saying it. Da, da, da. There's a kick there. Da, 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 da. Don't be afraid of that. Here we go. 1, 2, say it with me. Da, 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 ba, da, 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 and then we're back home free, okay? So that should help you at least get a feel for how the rhythm goes, and I bet you can translate that to the fingers and the positions, okay? So let's play from there. I'm a man of very few ideas. I'll just take 2 or 3 ideas and I'll just use them many different ways in a piece. My pieces are usually very unified. You know, I take a few ideas and I find ways to use them over and over again. So we've got this thing at B with a bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. And then the cornets with a bum, 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 ba-da-da. And now we're at B, which is kind of hinting at This Is Why I Love My Jesus. But you guys are playing bum, 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 bum. So just those 2 ideas are coming together in a little different way. That probably won't help you play it better. It's just I'm explaining what I'm doing. But the lower part of the band, from the trombones, baritones down, the pickup to letter D, you mark fortissimo, and it's kind of like Animal Farm where all people are equal, but some are more equal than others. You know, you've got fortissimo, but you got an accent on the second note. So even though you're fortissimo, the second note has to be more important than the others. Bum-ba-da, da-da-da. Give that, save a little kick for that. Let's just hear the lower part of the band. Here we go. Pick up to D, everyone. Pick up to D. 1 and 2 and 3. Almost always some kind of counter melody, and that's a long way of saying that's why I need to hear these guys right here. What was it? After D, was it? Is that what I was asking for? 8 and 9 after D? Yeah. Let's take a pick up to D, everyone now. Okay? This is the bugle call with the bass section. Okay? Pick up 1, 2, and 3. Cornets and first trombone, could you just say your part with me? Pick up to 2 bars before F. Just say it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. It always squares off on those last 4 quavers. Just let's have everyone from letter E. I think that should do it. Don't need the first note in the cornets, but everyone else, write a letter E. 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing I could say to the bass trombone on the basses on the first bar of the first ending is wait. Because it's very square first. It's boom, 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 boom. You've been used to kind of that Begin rhythm, but right there you got to wait and put that second quaver right smack on beat 3. Boom, 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 boom. Then we kind of do the cross rhythm thing. Let's just hear the basic rhythm here at letter F. And Mr. Percussionist, could you play that for me? Just what you got there, letter off, just the basic rhythm there. Boom, 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 boom. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Salvation Army, but anyone know what this type of dance form, what that beat is? It's a begin. Like begin the begin. It's a standard rhythm. If anyone heard that was out in the pop world, oh yeah, it's a begin. They all have an indicative rhythm. Bossa Nova is a different one entirely, but this is a begin, and it's to my mind probably the first time a begin has appeared in the Salvation Army March. But the whole idea is kind of to lift the crotchet when it comes out. And bass is the downbeat each time really helps us. Boom, ding, light, heavy. That way. So let's have everyone now right at letter F. Our little begin. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going on here, a counter melody again, and it has to have sort of not be inhibited by the bar line. So it's the first and second cornets and the euphonium at letter G. Could you just say your part with me? It doesn't have to be in pitch, but I just want you to get a feel for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. See how that crosses over? It's what we call a cross rhythm, because it just goes against the grain. The tune is actually up in the solo cornets, and the trombone will add an octave at a point. For that second ending, I was talking to a young composer one of the nights ago, a few nights ago, who had sent me a score to look at and give my opinion on. And one of the things I share with him is I said, be more ambitious with your first and second parts. You're giving all the load to the solo cornet, the solo horn, and solo euphonium, and they must be very wicked because there's no rest for them, that kind of thing. But I said, first cornets and second cornets and first and second horns, they can do stuff for you. He was just giving them semi-briefs, basically. And it's a festival piece, I go, no, they can do more than that. And here's an example where even on the second ending, well, at letter G with that cross rhythm, you're very important. But then on the second ending, da, 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 no one else has that. It's just those inner parts, and because you're important and you can do it. So don't be afraid to carry your share of the load there. Let's take it once more. Please write it letter F. Gets better each time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. missing the tune. It's in all the trombones. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. You're the only guys that have that there, so make sure you got that, okay? Right on the second ending, right where you go, okay? Second ending. 1, 2. Do you all have a second ending? Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Strain is the culmination of all the ideas of this march. There's nothing new here. You have the boom, 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 and you have this ba da 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 da. So that thing's happening, and you also have ba da 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 da. There's nothing new here. It's just as fragmented, and they're used a different way. So just be ready for that. Let's take it right at letter H. And trombones, the second time the cornets do this, you do the same thing where you're coming in contour in motion. And you're actually going to join them at a unison there, about 8 bars in, something like that. So be bold. Now, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to nitpick all these bars and not play it all the way through. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take it right from the beginning, and we'll play it down. A lot of work, that one. A lot of details in that, but thanks for your hard work there.